In the beginning of the film, we see a strong man, Finist, and his disciple, Andy. Finist had come to the jungle this time to catch a giant pig that used to harm the crops of the villagers and bother them. Even in front of such a big pig, the brave Finist is not afraid and tells his companion Andy, "I am a hero for everyone, and I want to control it and keep my position." He now starts attacking this pig with his weapon, but these small attacks had no effect on this pig. When Andy also attacks this pig with his laser to help Finist, the laser goes into the nose of the pig and he wakes up from sleep in anger. In his anger, he increased to kill Andy, that Finist came in front of him to stop him. He put all his strength but could not stop the pig. The opposite pig blew it into the air with a little force, and Finist fell back on the pig. To control the pig, Andy threw a rope near Finist, which Finist caught, but the pig started flying the next moment. Finist tied this rope around the pig's wings and its horns and took it under his control. And then he took it flying over his city in the village. And when everyone saw that Finist had taken control of such a big pig, everyone started chanting Finist's slogans. In this crowd, there was also a magician named Baba Yaga, who tells Finist, "If you have so much energy in you, then prove it. There is a very big stone in the river in front of my house, due to which the water is not able to go ahead. If you remove it, I will accept your talent." Finist takes this to his head that I have done such a big job and you are telling me to do such a small job. He now started telling stories of his bravery. So Yaga said, "I don't know how many of these are real and how many are fake." Everyone started laughing and Finist went home in anger. He was very angry at Yaga now. Today everyone started making fun of him instead of praising his bravery. He had to take revenge for his insult. He had to do something so that everyone would praise him again. So Andy says, "There is one way. The tower in front of you is believed to have been captured by a monster by a very beautiful girl. That girl is not an ordinary girl, but a princess. If you kill that monster and free that princess, then your stories will become famous all over the world." Then Finist decided to fight that monster. And as soon as night fell, he left for that tower with his companion Andy. And when he came here, he saw that many warriors had already gone to defeat that monster. But they were not greedy for the name. They were greedy for the princess and wealth. They asked Finist that if we all together defeat that monster, then who will get the princess? To which Finist said that I am not greedy for the princess. And they decided that they will fight that monster together. But going to the side, Finist told Andy that I want to kill that monster alone. That's why I will go to that tower to kill that monster now, not in the morning. Saying this, he went inside the tower through a window of the tower. As soon as he went, he saw that beautiful princess first. As soon as the girl sees Finist, she tells him that you have also come to die. To which Finist said, "No, I have come to save you from here." As soon as he hears this, the girl runs inside. To stop that girl, Finist holds her hand. And that girl quickly leaves her hand and goes behind a tower. And from behind, suddenly a snake attacks Finist. Finist also starts fighting this snake. But after a few seconds, it is revealed that this was not an ordinary snake. This was actually the tail of that monster with which Finist came here to fight. Seeing this, he first attacks this monster a lot. But when he loses all the attacks, then he grabs the monster's tail, that is the snake's mouth. With all his strength, he tries to tear the snake's mouth, and here the snake spits out its poison in his eyes, because of which Finist was no longer visible. He was blind. Even after being blind, Finist does not give up. And looking around his feet, he finds his weapon, and again attacks that monster. But the monster had now disappeared from the front. Finist attacked and started breaking this tower. With the sound of the tower breaking, all the warriors also stood up, and immediately came to the tower. They saw here. So they didn't get that monster, nor did they get the princess. They just saw Finist in the tower. When Andy finds out that Finist has lost his eyes, he takes him and leaves him at his house. Finist was in a lot of aggression and anger due to the loss of his eyes, This condition is not seen from Andy, and he goes to Baba Yaga. He told Baba Yaga everything, how Finist lost his eyes, and he has come to take help from him. But Baba Yaga refused to help him, because Finist also did not help him. When Finist found out about this, he was very sad. Time passed, and Andy also stopped coming to him. He used to do all his work somehow. He used to go out and buy fruits. But on the way, children used to steal his fruit, because he couldn't see. Now his money was also running out. One day when Andy came to his house, he said to Andy in anger, "I don't have any work for you. If you want, find another job." Hearing this, Andy also left from there. Days go by. Finist's money also runs out. And that day comes. Finist was forced to eat rotten fruits from the market. One day when he did not get any rotten fruit, he was sitting in the market with his basket. When Baba Yaga passed from there, he saw Finist. He kept some food in his basket before they could talk. It was shown that some robbers attacked in his village. These robbers were beating people here. Finist could not see, but he was listening, how people were dying and suffering. Now, as soon as the robbers come to him, he hears the voice of the robbers and attacks them, despite not being able to see, listening to their screams. He was fighting 2 to 3 robbers at a time. Seeing this, the second robber, who was riding a horse, he throws a rope over him to control Finist. But Finist holds his rope and pulls him down from the horse. He also pulled him towards himself, and now the robbers attacked him from behind to control him, and he fainted there. When he came to his senses, he was in a ship. Finist's neck and hands were tied in wood to control him, and it was shown that in this ship, Baba Yaga and other villagers were with him. After some time, Andy comes here. Who was roaming free here? Baba Yaga asked him. "How are you free?" Andy said. "I have convinced these robbers that I can help them, and I will keep an eye on you for them. That's why I am free." At that time, he had a golden lamp. Baba Yaga was showing it to everyone. He said that I will sell it and earn money. As soon as he started rubbing it to clean it, a jinn came out of it. Everyone was scared to see it. Even Andy himself heard the noise below. When a robber came down from above, the jinn punched him and threw him back up. After that, when the jinn of the lamp goes to Andy to ask him his wish, Andy tells him to go back to the lamp. As soon as the jinn went back to the lamp, a robber comes from above and puts a sword on Andy's neck and takes his lamp back from him. After a while, it is shown that these people had reached Arabia. The robbers had set up to sell all these slaves. From there, a masked man passed, who bought Baba Yaga, Andy, and Finist. He took them to his palace, where these people were surprised. Robots were working in such a big palace, and this was a very old era. Then that rich man removed the mask from his mouth and told these people, "Don't be surprised, I am a scientist, and I have invented these robots. I have made them. I have made many more such machines with which humans can benefit, and their work can be easy." Finist tells him his past story, that he was a very powerful man, but after becoming blind, his life became very bad. The scientist said, "Yes, I have heard about you and Baba Yaga. Otherwise, I buy slaves and set them free." It was time to eat. The scientist orders food for these people, and these people are very impressed. Did they think it was magic? On which the scientist says, "No, I have been working on them for the past 500 years. Yaga is surprised to hear this and asks them, "For 500 years? How are you still so young?" The scientist says, "I have made such a liquid, which keeps humans young for many years." The scientist says, "I have decreased my age. I have kept myself young, and I have increased my work." Bob takes them to his lab, and Finist asks him, "How did you make that special liquid? Can it cure my eyes?" The scientist says, "Not with that. But yes, I have something else for you." He gives him glasses, with the help of which Finist was able to see everything. These people use magic, and use magical things. They harm the world. And to end those harmful things, I have made a machine. To give them an example, He takes out the lamp. Yaga warns him to stay away from it, but the scientist is not scared, and he rubbed the lamp, from which the genie came out, and then he turned on his machine. The machine shook the genie. As soon as it was over, he says to the people, "I have killed the genie." At night, the scientist finds out that a strange monster has been seen in the nearby mountains, which can harm ordinary people, and now he has to catch it. When he tells Finist that his face is like a lion and his eyes are like a snake, Finist understood. This is what he had faced. He said to the scientist, "I will definitely go with you on this mission." But the scientist did not want to put Finist in danger. Then Finist said, "You do not worry about me. I also have to do your favor. Let's do it this way." The scientist shows him a box, which is close to the monster. When the liver is rotated, the monster himself gets trapped in this box. At night, he wants to show that Baba Yaga's goes to scientist lab. Actually, she wanted to steal the serum, but the scientist caught her. "If you succeed in bringing the monster, then I will give you some of the serum." In the morning, when they were ready for the mission, the scientist showed them his flying plane, which was a very good creation at that time. He teaches them how to fly it and tells them that they will make a long decision in a few minutes before leaving. The scientist also told them, "I want that monster alive. Do not kill it and bring it here." Here, the scientist gives Finist the weapon of Finist, which he had made very advanced. By pressing the button, new things were coming out of it, which made Finist even happier. They start the journey in the plane, and the plane quickly takes them to the mountain, where the monster was. After a long search, Finist finally sees the footprints of the monster. The footprints were going into a cave, in front of which he puts his box, in which he had to capture the monster. Now Finist just had to trap him. That's why he went inside, and by pressing the button of his weapon, he just challenged the monster. He hurt the monster, and he came out. When he was coming out, he accidentally hit his head against a tree, and he fainted. And the monster came out of its cave. Before the monster harmed Finist, as soon as the monster came out, Baba Yaga quickly presses the lever of the box, from which a lot of gems came out, and captured the monster. And Baba Yaga presses the lever again, and closes the cage. After a while, Finist also regained consciousness, and they start their journey back. The journey was quite long. In the middle of the way, it was night, and they went to sleep. Now at night, Finist heard the voice of a girl from inside the cage. In curiosity, he decided to open the cage, although Baba Yaga was stopping him. But Finist opens the cage. It means that the monster is the real princess. Yaga shouts from behind, "Finist, don't take her out. It can be dangerous to take her out." But Finist was not listening to him, because he liked the princess before he could take the princess out. Baba Yaga turns the lever from behind and closes the cage again, and Finist is also imprisoned inside. Inside, we see that girl does not hold her hand, and tells me that I have a curse. Whenever someone holds my hand, I turn into that wild monster. But I am not bad. I do not harm anyone. Until then, no one should try to harm me. And no one should be harmed because of me. That's why I live far away in the mountains. But people do not let me live alive anywhere. In the next scene, we see a scientist who stole a farmer's cat. The farmer begs him, "This cat does not harm us. It gives us benefit." But no one listens to the farmer, and the scientist takes the cat and puts it under the machine, which draws the magical power of anything. And in this way, the machine draws the magical power of the cat, and all the serum that comes out of the cat's magic, he goes and puts it in his locker, where we saw that he had already collected a lot of serum. Here Finist and the princess have started loving each other. Baba Yaga and Andy are bringing them to the scientist. When these people reached the scientist, they stood away from the lab and started looking at the scientist. What did they see? That the scientist took all the magic of a magical bird and made a serum from it and put it in his robots. That means these robots were not his inventions. These robots were also working with magic. The magic that he used to extract from other magical things. Baba Yaga comes in front of him in anger and says to him, "You are a liar. These robots of yours are not your inventions. These robots of yours also work with magic. Even your age has been prolonged by this magic. And you get this magic by killing innocent animals." As soon as the scientist hears this, he gets angry and he says, "I don't leave my true followers alive." Baba Yaga and Andy both get scared and start running away from there. Baba Yaga quickly freed the princess and Finist because she knew that now the scientist would also do bad to them. As soon as she hears this, "I know about him. He has been after me for a long time." During their conversation, the scientist comes here. He knew that these people would try to run away from here. That's why he got them captured with all his turtle robots, and then he also started sucking magical powers from the princess. Seeing this, Finist got angry, and he went near and tried to save the princess, but he could not save her. But he held the princess's hand and turned her into a monster. As soon as she became a monster, the princess broke her chains and ran away from there. As soon as the opportunity came, Baba Yaga and Finist also tried to run away with the camel, but the scientist's men were now after them. Baba Yaga, with her magic, changes some of the seeds in her hand into watermelons and attacks them. And on the other hand, the scientist now takes out a very big turtle to catch Baba Yaga and Finist. He wanted to catch them at any cost and kill them. Although, Andy also told him that the magical serum you have is not enough. But he did not listen. That big turtle, as soon as it came out in the palace, the whole palace was broken. He quickly took control and went towards Finist and Yaga. But Yaga and Finist started running ahead. Then he attacks them with his cannonballs. Seeing that the danger has increased, Finist tells Yaga, "You distract him." But as far as I know, all his things do not work when they are upside down. Yaga comes in front of the tank, and the scientist, with the magic machine in his tank, starts taking magic inside Baba Yaga. Because of the magic, Baba Yaga started looking old, and seeing this, Finist was very scared, but as long as Baba Yaga distracted the scientist, Finist also climbed on top of his turtle. And as soon as the scientist noticed this, he took out the tentacles of the turtle and tried to make Finist fall. Finist did not fall, but his spectacles fell, so that he stopped seeing. Baba Yaga had seen his spectacles falling, so Baba Yaga now looks at him from below and instructs him to fight. In the meantime, the princess, who had become a monster, had also come here. The scientist was scared to see her. On top of that, Finist put his chain around the neck of the scientist's turtle. As a result, all the magic serum inside him fell down, and the scientist was badly trapped. To save himself, he wanted to fly with his magic wings, but he could not fly, and fell into his own magic serum and died. It was shown here Finist was also unconscious. The princess saw him falling like this and started crying, because now the princess had fallen in love with him. As soon as his tears fell on Finist's eyes, Finist came to his senses, and surprisingly, his eyes also recovered. Here, Finist expresses his love to him and always asks him to stay with him. But the princess tells him, "Because of the curse, I don't want to stay with you, although I would love to." Finist becomes sad and comes back to his village with his other companions. He was still going crazy in the memory of the princess when it was shown here that Baba Yaga was looking for a recipe to become young again, and then she found a way to cure the curse of the cursed princess. She happily goes to Finist and gives him the good news that the princess was given the curse on purpose, in which the princess was not at fault, and that curse can be cured. And we know that these people will do the next mission to remove the curse. But for now, this movie ends here.